This is Asher Price at the Texas Capitol, and today we're going to do some interviewing of people of what they make of the name of the Texas Railroad Commission, whether it should be changed. What do you think the Texas Railroad Commission does?
It's not about railroads.
That's right.
It's about, wait a minute, I know this. No, I don't. I don't remember. I just remember it's not about railroads.
What do you think the Texas Railroad Commission does?
It regulates gas and oil, for one thing. One of the main things it does. Beyond that, I'm not really sure.
I think it has something to do with transportation regulations as well.
If I had to take a guess, and I'm not educated on this matter at all, so I would say providing funding for railroads, providing services for railroads to fix the system, possibly if the system is in a way that not many people could get to it, maybe fixing it, building new railroads, because it would seem to be a cost-efficient way, and for people without cars to get around.
What would your reaction be if I told you that the Texas Railroad Commission regulates the oil and gas industry, mining and pipelines, but actually has nothing to do with railroads?
I would say it is deceivingly named.
I honestly don't know. It has something to do with like something economics and trade between the states.
Well, what would your reaction be if I told you that the Texas Railroad Commission regulates the oil and gas industry and mining and pipelines, but has nothing to do with railroads?
I knew it had nothing to do with railroads. I just didn't know what it had to do with.
What it does? I mean, I can probably guess that it has to do with oil, maybe. I just researched something about the oil anyway recently with the Rockefeller, and I heard that railroads has to do with some oil, and that Texas had big impact on oil due to the railroad system. So maybe that might be something.
That's a good guess. The Texas Railroad Commission regulates oil and gas and mining and pipelines, and actually has nothing to do with railroads.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Something to do with trains. I know they don't really do that. I can't remember what they do, but that's what I would think.
Well, what would your reaction be if I told you the Texas Railroad Commission regulates the oil and gas industry and mining and pipelines, but actually has nothing to do with railroads?
That would be kind of misleading about why they're called the Railroad Commission.
Lawmakers in the Capitol are going to be considering whether to change the name from the Texas Railroad Commission to something like the Texas Energy Resources Commission or the Texas Oil and Gas Commission. Do you think they should consider changing that name or keeping the name as it is?
They should definitely change it.
If the legislature, they're considering changing the name of the agency to something like the Texas Energy Resources Commission.
Okay.
Do you think they should keep the name as it is, or do you think they should change it?
Why wouldn't they change it so that the people know what they're voting for? Unless they're just used to that name. But names are in the past, you should make it current. You don't have a buggy whip.
That does make sense. I mean, it really is more about energy than anything else. So yeah, it makes sense.
I don't really see a point of having the name railroad if it's not have to do with railroad. I like straightforward things. I guess people like, I don't know about other people, but most of my people around me like straightforward things. So maybe having name energy source and resource would be something great.